And away we go. It is the nightcap right here on BearcatJournal.com. I'm Chad Brendel. He's Aaron Smith, brought to you, as always, by Galactic Fried Chicken. Aaron, it's kind of rough tonight. I would love to have had some Galactic Fried Chicken, but I'm in Louisville,
Right.
and they don't deliver here.
No, that'd be a bit of a drive.
It's just outside the delivery area. I can't say the delivery area. So I had to go to Roosters. It's my first time ever going to Roosters.
Really?
Yeah. It's not Galactic Fried Chicken.
It's not.
They do have Carolina Gold, which is
they serve the full wings.
Yeah, I don't love that either. And they're breaded, which I'm not a big fan of.
In all fairness, it's lightly breaded.
Yeah, but I prefer not breaded.
Okay.
I'll eat, like, it's a chicken wing. I'll eat it.
I just mean it's not like what B-Dubs was before they just completely revamped their entire menu.
Yeah, like
yeah, where it's all breading and there's some chicken somewhere underneath all the breading.
The wings were big. Yeah. They were tasty. It was good, but it wasn't Galactic.
Did you get the tots?
No, I didn't know tots. I had curly fries, and the curly fries were actually really good.
Those are good, but the tots, man, especially if you get them like the garbage tots where they just throw everything on them.
I wish I would have known that.
With the garbage sauce and chili and jalapenos and.
I had chili cheese nachos at the tournament today.
Yeah, primo.
They were very, very good. Like chili, nacho cheese, jalapenos.
I knew they were good if you were mentioning them.
But yeah, my stomach is not going to be very happy with me.
No, you just ate a whole bunch of horrible food for yourself.
Terrible all day, just terrible. I had a bagel with cream cheese for breakfast this morning.
Just
so that was
follow with some late night sliders from White Castle down there.
There is a White Castle right by here.
Sure, there is.
But Roosters is like in the parking lot of the hotel, so I was like, I'll give it a shot. It was okay. It was no Galactic, so you should get Galactic. They're closed tomorrow, Monday, so don't go tomorrow, Monday. But Tuesday, absence makes the heart grow fonder. So Tuesday, go get you some Galactic Fried Chicken and tell them to pump it up. Save yourself 15% off. All right, Aaron, it's we've been basketball heavy here for
one whole night.
The past couple days, really.
What did we do 2 nights ago?
I
blanked out already.
Me too. I don't know. But we did. I know we've done a couple basketball shows this week, so we're sticking with the basketball theme. Next week's going to be heavy football because camps are starting and official visits and all that good stuff. So we're getting some basketball in now. I guess first off, kind of the interesting news of the day from USA Basketball. They cut the training camp from 27 down to 17 for the under 18 team, and Isaiah Collier didn't make the cut.
Oh.
Yeah. So Brandon Garrison, a 2023 big man, is in, at least into the next phase. And Xavier Booker, the big man from Indianapolis, also in. Xavier Booker got a Duke offer today. And Texas, I think. I
mean, when you're playing with the big dogs, though, like Cincinnati's taking huge swings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Huge swings. So you can't be surprised when other people are getting involved when you're taking huge swings, right?
Here's where I feel good about that, right? They are getting in on guys that aren't huge swings, right?
Mm-hmm.
That eventually become huge swings, which tells me not that this is a surprise, but this staff knows how to evaluate. They really know how to evaluate.
Agreed. And eventually I would think that one of these guys is going to pay off, right? That, you knew about me before anybody else did. And I would think that one of these guys is going to pay off.
Yeah.
Like that.
I don't have any doubt there. But Collier not making the cut. So it's the under 18 team, which means that a lot of the guys are the 2022 class, guys that are about to be enrolling in college. And then some of, a handful of 2023 guys. And there was the only 2024 guy at the camp made it. So he's going up against a lot of competition. Seth Trimble going to North Carolina. and the guy going to Duke, and it's a lot of heavy hitters that were at this camp. Not a surprise, a total shock that he didn't make the cut this time, but leaves the door open. I believe he can try out again next year for the under 18, and if that's possible, maybe he's on his way into Cincinnati and gets to go play for Team USA for a little bit next summer.
Time will tell.
Yeah. So that was the first kind of newsy thing that went down today. And then as I said last night, I'm in Louisville for the EYBL. If you can get down here Sunday or Monday and check this thing out, it's really cool. They have it in the convention center. They have 12 courts set up. It's kind of spaced out a little bit where it's not, everybody's right on top of each other because it's set up in a convention center and not like a gym setting where there's, a lot less space. So if you can get down here, I know everybody's probably got family plans, whatever, but very cool setting for EYBL. And if my guess is we'll see it back here because I think they enjoy so far the way that this has worked out. But a lot of basketball today. Got there about 8, walked out of the gym a little right at 9, a little bit after 9, and let's get to it.
I was going to say, if somebody was going to come down, who are they going to get to see?
So today was interesting, Aaron. Today was one of those days as an evaluator that you hate, but you also maybe get some of your best evaluations because most of the guys didn't play well today. So then you really have to dig in and figure out shots aren't falling, but are they still playing hard? Are they still being active? Are they still being good teammates? It's easy to evaluate when everybody's playing great, right?
Sure.
It's much more of a challenge to evaluate when you got to sift through the weeds and figure some things out. Start with Arrington Page. Talk to him afterwards. Confirmed his official visit for Cincinnati on Monday. Said he's excited to get to town and really get to know a lot more about the UC program. Obviously, his connection is Coach Morgan and Wes. So he talked about getting to know the history and getting to dig into UC basketball a little bit more. So I think that's a very good thing. He doesn't have Isaiah Collier here because Isaiah Collier is at USA Basketball.
Right.
And he plays high school with Isaiah. He plays AAU with Isaiah. And he plays high school and AAU with the best passer in the country. And to no surprise, he benefits greatly when Isaiah Collier has the basketball in his hands. We've talked about with Zay, he just passes people open, right? You don't have to make moves to get open when you're on the floor with Collier. You just have to move. And if you move, he'll figure out a way to get you open and you can get an easy basket. Those easy baskets were a lot harder to come by today for Page. The morning game, I guess he got to town late last night, and you could tell he was a zombie this morning. He just it wasn't there. So I think he only played 14 minutes. He had 2 points and 2 rebounds. Yeah, he didn't have it. So that one you kind of tossed out. And it's unfortunate because that was against All Ohio Red, which, you get Dalen Swain and you get a chance to see some of those guys. Right. But then night session, he was better. He was 4 of 10 from the floor. He had 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. He took 3 threes, which, I mean, come on, Arrington. That's not. But it's different without Zay there. It's just a completely different team. Well, and they have another guy on that team that's going to Stanford that also was down at USA. So they lost 2 guards to the under 18 USA basketball tryouts. So that's not going to be the same team that he normally plays on and that we've seen him blow up. So not terribly worried. I think it does expose a little bit that like he doesn't have yet like a great back to the basket game. He's not just posting up on the left block and putting his hand up and you're throwing it to him and he's getting the basket.
Yeah.
But the things he does well, he does well. So I wasn't terribly alarmed by anything that I saw there. It was something that I was prepared for just because his game right now is so reliant on Collier. But you know what's good about that, Aaron?
Well, think about this. Say in our dream scenario, Collier, Page, Griffith all here. And that's like having Collier and Griffith both out and still expecting him to have a monster game.
Right. Just not wise to expect that from him given the situation.
What were you going to say? You were asking me a question.
I forget. That's why it's dangerous to interrupt me.
I don't get to do it very often.
My attention span is not great. Huh? What?
I think you said something like, but I think you said, but you know what I did see, Aaron?
Oh, I saw Jizzle. For Shizzle, Jizzle James.
Is this the name on his birth certificate?
I don't know. It's the name on his 24/7 recruiting profile.
I really hope it's the name on his birth certificate.
I think he's Edgerrin James Jr.
Oh.
I think that's his actual name.
Okay.
Did you not know that connection?
Didn't.
This is the son of Edgerrin James.
Okay.
Edgerrin from Florida.
Yeah.
Jizzle in Florida playing AAU basketball. Look, they're all in on Collier. But if things were to continue to blow up and for whatever reason Collier doesn't pick Cincinnati, they have to get a freshman point guard.
Correct.
Into the program. Like you need that heading into the Big 12. I really like Jizzle James. Like he's not a great jump shooter in terms of from three, but he's got a very reliable pull-up game, and he can get to the rim. He can get to the paint with the basketball anytime he wants. I mean, his first step is lightning quick, and he's got that kind of running back lower body.
Would you say he has elite speed?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
But his first step and his ability to like take contact as he's weaving, maneuvering through traffic are high level.
It sounds like that was genetic then.
Yes. Shocking that Edgerrin James Jr. has a lower body similar to a running back. Some things just happen. He's not a big time scorer, but he does have the ability to score. In the first game today, 8 points, 8 assists, 3 rebounds. And in the second game today, he put the scoring cap on a little bit more, 12 points, 9 assists, and just 1 rebound, but 31 minutes. And he's number 3 in the EYBL in assists.
I was going to say, so as a facilitator, I mean, is he actually a really good passer, or is it just the way that the offense runs?
No, it's crazy because I think like my brain is clouded because I've been watching Collier,
right,
who is elite as a passer.
Sure.
So I think I was a little harder on James in terms of like judging him, but he's very good. He's very good. Like he understands time and space, when to get the ball out, when guys are open, how to collapse a defense. Like I said, with his ability to get in the paint, that's where a lot of his assists come from.
Okay.
Get in the paint, defense collapse, find the open guy. It doesn't hurt that he plays with a 5-star.
Sure.
That's going to Duke, Sean Stewart. And Sean Stewart is, as you would expect, a top 10 kid and very, very, very good. So he makes life a little easier for Jizzle, if you will. But yeah, he's something. He's definitely good enough to be a starting Big 12 point guard if they had to go in that direction. So I wouldn't get.
So just to clarify the picture then. If you end up with James as opposed to Collier, there is a fall off, but the fall off may not be.
You're still getting a top 50, 60 type kid,
Okay.
right? So you're still getting a high level point guard. Maybe not the best point guard in the class, but a very good point guard. So
it'd still be a pretty good class.
Yes.
Altogether.
Now I'm going to hit you with a new name. Ready for a new name?
Is he related to a father that I would recognize?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. His name is Cohen Carr. He's from South Carolina. He plays for the Georgia Stars. The best way I could describe his game, he's about a 6'5" wing. Not a great shooter, but crazy athletic. Apparently, I saw him have 2 just absurd block shots today and a windmill dunk off a alley-oop off the backboard.
Oh.
Like bunnies. Mad boosties is what the kid has. He plays like the wings that we've seen for the past 30 years that have won a million games for Cincinnati. He's physical. He attacks. He loves to defend. The effort is turned up to 110 every time every second he's on the floor. And I think with, if you're pairing him, say, with Rayvon, they complement each other, I would think, pretty well. Rayvon, a little bit more skill, a little bit more offensive minded, but both of them long, athletic. I really like the kid. He's
at 6'5", would you see him more at the 2 than the 3?
Probably more of a 3, just because I don't want somebody at the 2 that I don't know if they can shoot.
Sure, understandable.
You can get away with that a little bit more at the 3.
You can hide it, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. You want your 3 to be able to shoot.
Well, I mean, I would kind of say that's what you kind of have right now with John Newman, where
there's some John Newman to him, but he's even more athletic.
Okay.
And physically, I think when he gets into a Mike Rayfelt weight program, the kid's going to be kind of freaky. So that's a new name for you to watch. He had in the morning game today 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block. And in the night game, he had 15 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 blocks. So 7 of 11 from the floor tonight, 0 of 2 from 3. In the early game, he was 5 of 11 from the floor, 0 of 2 from 3. So, there's going to be some concern about his three-point shooting, but he is a top 75 talent for a reason. And he's playing with Georgia Stars, which is a program that Chad Dollar has connections to. I don't know that I'm ready to say he's going to be a priority target, but I do think they're going to kick the tires a little bit and get kind of involved with Cohen Carr. So, and then Tyler McKinley, good day, not a great day. I think, again, when you have these days where they're not great, you get a little bit better understanding of where the gaps are. I think with Tyler, and I think I talked about this a little bit a couple weeks ago, he's not his build is interesting because he's got really long legs, kind of a medium-sized torso, and he's not super long, right? And he's not like a crazy, crazy athlete. He's just really skilled. He's good with the ball in his hands. He can pass. He can shoot. But he does have a little bit of trouble that he's going to have to continue to work on when he plays against guys with great length. And they played a Knight Riders elite team out of Florida tonight that was really long, and you could tell it bothered him. And he never really got going. what his numbers were. 4 of 7, 8 rebounds, 8 points, and an assist. He's usually a much better facilitator than that. I just think he was I think he forced it a little bit because he was trying to. I think it was 17-4, like right out of the gate. They got back to within 3, and then they pulled away. The Knight Riders pulled away again. But I think he was trying to force the issue a little bit. I talked to him before the game. He knew it was going to be like it was a really good team that they were playing. And I think he kind of was trying to overcompensate a little bit, which is natural. It happens.
They're still kids too.
Yeah.
Like kids.
Yeah. So I like these days, Aaron, honestly. I mean, that's you get into this, the scout in you.
Well, when you talk about too, things that coaches look for off the court, or the way that they handle themselves when they're having a bad game, or how they're coming on and off the court when things aren't going your way.
When they're on the bench, are they still cheering on their teammates?
Right.
Are they still getting up and dapping a guy up when he comes out of the game?
There's a lot of things that you can still tell when you're kind of got your back against the wall like that. So I'd be real interested to see what the scouting notes were on some of the guys that have
just gave them to you.
Well, I mean, for those kinds of things, man, the things that aren't the interesting, like the stat lines and stuff.
I know. It's a good chance to watch a lot of that stuff and get to see kind of really what makes them tick. The Page is the one I was most impressed with because I was disappointed in how he looked this morning.
Yeah.
But then I found out he had gotten in really late. He didn't get much sleep. You could tell he was dragging. And then in the second game, even though he wasn't at his best, he was much more engaged, much more involved on the bench, much more, dialed in. So, hey, he's 17 years old. Sometimes you wake up in the morning and you don't feel like putting up with anybody's shit. I'm 44 and something.
I was going to say, and then 20 years later.
Still the same. Some things never change. So those are the main notes for today. If I think of anything extra over the weekend, I'll get some notes up on the board, but that's kind of where we're at. You got anything to add? How's your holiday weekend going?
I mean, it's going. Still putting the house back together after getting new carpeting in the entire upper floor over the course of this week.
I say let's take tomorrow night off. We'll let everybody enjoy their Sunday of Memorial Day weekend.
Unless Brent can't do late night on Monday, and then we have to figure out what to do.
We'll figure out one. If we have to miss a week, I don't know. You guys might not even do PTP again on Tuesday. Who knows? We'll figure it out. The content never sleeps. We'll get the content going. He's Aaron Smith. I'm Chad Brendel. It's the Galactic Fried Chicken Nightcap right here on BearcatJournal.com.
Sit!